méjì erin ò sí ń gbó méjì ẹfọ̀n ò sí lọ́dàn ọba tí ó sì. mo kí yín.
You are listening to the Advocate TV Ibadan. The voice of inspiration, information, education, advocacy, news and quality entertainment. Broadcasting with clarity, credibility, and excellence will bring you the latest news, engaging talk shows, uplifting music, sports, culture, business updates, and community-focused programming that keeps you informed and inspired. Advocate TV, making them relevant. KTV Ibadan, the voice of inspiration.
Yes. Good day, viewers at home. You are welcome to your darling station, The Advocate TV. Every Wednesday like this is a time we have one-on-one talk, heart-to-heart talk with NDLEA, that is National Drug Law Enforcement Agency in Nigeria. And as you have been enjoying it in the past, today's program promises to be one of the best again. The program coming to your watching the light for this moment, either in the morning, in your own time, or in the afternoon, or in the night. What we are saying is that good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Let's Talk About Drugs with NDLEA. I am the anchor for the program today. I am Ambassador Ola Odeyemi. With me in the studio is ASN1 Olajide Adeola, Assistant Superintendent of Narcotics, Drug Demand, Reduction, and Unit. You are welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much.
Before we start the program, we must let you know what the program stand to dish out. This is a platform where we talk about drugs, anything related to drugs. As usual, you should know that there's difference between drugs and medicine. Not every medicine, or let me put it in such a way that you understand, all medicine are drugs, but not all drugs are medicine. Yes. When you take medicine based on the prescription of the doctor, that means you are taking it according to the law. But anything, any way you take the drug, apart from it heals the ailments or is having a kind of treatment that it does in your body, it is tagged drug and substance abuse. You will enjoy this program today. Just have a place to sit and give us your listening here. It's just because you are there, that's why we are here this morning. We are greeting you once again. Good morning, and you are welcome to the program.
You are listening to the Advocate TV Ibadan.
òtítọ́ ti rìn jìnnà ìran wa súnmọ́ ní pẹ́kípẹ́kí ẹ̀rí bójú rọ́ṣẹ́ ń dẹ̀rẹ̀ tèrètè àwọn ayédèrú abánikọ́lé ti pọ̀ jaburata kò wá sẹ́ni tó mọ̀nà tá a tọ̀ tó bá jẹ́ ti kábánikọ́lé ralẹ̀ talẹ̀ tàbí kábójútó dúkìá ẹni Dinonis Global Properties láyé ń wí ìbẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run la fi ṣèpìlẹ̀ wa orí òtítọ́ la kọ́lé wa lé lórí Dinonis Global Properties property development property management real estate investment land and property sales property rentals and leasing ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà nílé òkèèrè Dinonis Global Properties ní òní ìjà yín tàn mọ́ níní dúkìá pẹ̀lú ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀ tẹ́ bá fẹ́ ralẹ̀ síbi tó dáa tẹ́ fẹ́ kọ́lé síbi tó dáa pẹ̀lú ìwé ẹ̀rí tó dájú àti bọ̀wọ́lù ìjọba Dinonis Global Properties ti wà fún yín ní sẹpẹ́ lókè rere tàbí nítòsí iléeṣẹ́ abánikọ́lé tẹ́ ilé gbọ́kànlé Ìbàdàn lólú iléeṣẹ́ wa wà ní nọ́mbà 1 Kájọ Páyé street lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ Iye hospital Falana Lagos bypass challenge ìlú Ìbàdàn ẹ̀lú wa 08030634519 tàbí 08079831549 Dinonis Global Properties ilé kíkọ́ rírà àti síta dìrọ̀rùn Dinonis Global Properties ìbẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run àkọmọ̀nà wa.
Are you looking for comfort, class, and unforgettable hospitality? Welcome to Maracana Hotel and Suites, your home away from home.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni lẹ́yìn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ iṣẹ́ ká fọ́nra sí mi lókàn ọmọ tó bá ṣiṣẹ́ déédéé ó yẹ kó lásìkò ìgbádùn Maracana Hotel nìkan ni mo mọ̀ téèyàn ti lè sunrun àsùgbádùn àsùnnára lórí tìmùtìmù bẹ́ẹ̀dì tí èèmà rárá roni jayé gbádùn ṣe fàájì pẹ̀lú ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀.
Whether you're visiting for business, relaxation, family vacation, or special events, we offer luxurious rooms, excellent customer services, free Wi-Fi, enough parking space, delicious local and continental dishes, maximum security. Enjoy comfort at affordable rates and experience hospitality at its best.
ìwọ náà faransé mi lásìkò báwo lè dààmú jìnnà Maracana Hotel gangan la yẹn wí bàbá màmá àtàwọn bọ̀bọ̀ tó gbáfẹ́ Maracana Hotel and Suites ni wọ́n ń lọ o.
Visit Maracana Hotel today at number 44 Awolowo Avenue, Bodija, Ibadan. Email maracanahotelandsuites@outlook.com. You can call 09066193808.
Maracana Hotel and Suites gbádùn ẹ̀mí ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú fọkànbalẹ̀.
You are listening to the Advocate TV Ibadan.
Yes. Let's talk about drugs is on the airwave, where we bring the facts about drugs to the doorsteps and empower individuals, families, and communities to make informed choices. Our guest, you are welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much.
The people at home, they might not know you. Can you simply introduce yourself?
I am an assistant superintendent of narcotics 1, Oladeji Adeola Timei, and I work with the drug demand reduction unit. I've been working with this unit for the past 3 years. So the unit has to do with sensitization, prevention. Initially, we used to have our treatment and rehabilitation facility at Ibadan here, but now it has been transferred to Isheng. So the unit is on 2 bases. We have the prevention and sensitization unit, and then we have the treatment and rehabilitation, which is at Isheng.
Thank you for that conversation. We have so many questions that will be attended to today. I believe that you have gotten yourself ready for any question that's because when it comes to drugs, people will always bombard. But never mind, I'm not going to bombard you with questions. But I believe that as you are watching us from home, you might have one question or the other to ask. You can send it to the platform, The Advocate TV. We will read it here, and our guest is well competent to answer any question that is being said today. Okay, I think we can start with the program as it unfolds. Today we are discussing the topic understanding drugs abuse, what everyone should know. If I may ask, what exactly is drug abuse?
Drug abuse is the use of psychotropic substance, or you call them psychoactive substance, which alters the way the brain and the body functions. When we talk about psychoactive substance, we mean substance that can alter the way the system works, and we have different categories of them. We have the prohibited drugs. Example, we're talking of cannabis, we're talking of methamphetamine, we're talking of tramadol, we're talking of cannabis. These are drugs that have been prohibited by law. And then the second category is what we call the socially acceptable drugs. Example, we talk about alcohol, cigarettes. Well, fine, they are not prohibited, but these socially acceptable drugs, they tend to promote problems. When I mean they tend to promote problems like for people who smoke, they could have cancer. For people who drink, they could have problems like liver cirrhosis. So, but the fact that they are socially acceptable, people tend to abuse them because nobody puts a ban on them, which is more terrible and more problematic because people feel that since there's no ban on it, they tend to abuse it. Then the last category is what we call the prescription drugs. These are drugs that have been prescribed by a doctor, like your paracetamol, your Coartem. These are drugs used for treatment. So people tend to misuse them. Someone might not even have any problem, but just begins to take drug. Or probably you've been given drugs to take 2 in the morning, in the afternoon, evening, and night. For some people, they'll just take more than the usual dosage, or they will not even take it at all. So this is what we call misuse. So,
Misuse of drugs. So if I want to take the drug for an ailment, okay, I took one in the morning, I took one in the afternoon, but maybe I've forgotten because I'm about getting well, and I couldn't take it in the night. Okay, if I just wake up in the night and I take the one with the night and with the one with the morning, is there anything different wrong there?
okay, I get your question very well. You said you probably skipped your afternoon drugs. When you're using drugs, you have to use it the way it has been prescribed to you, morning, afternoon, and night. Because if you don't use it well, it's the problem, the sickness will develop what we call resistance, and it's going to come in a fuller force, in which by the time you're taking that drug the next time, that drug will not be capable to treat that ailment. So you have to use it the way the physician, the medical doctor has prescribed it to you. So you don't use it in a situation whereby you forget. You could set reminder so that the illness, the ailments could completely go away and it won't come back again. So.
Good, good. And if I might ask, what are the most commonly abused substances in Nigeria today, and why they become a subject of concern?
We have different categories of drugs that have been abused. We have cannabis, we have stimulants, we have the depressants, we have the hallucinogens, we have anabolic steroids. But most prominently in Nigeria, the drug that is being prominent, that people use mostly, is what we call cannabis, because cannabis is something that grows it's very easy to access. It's something that grows like within 3 months, it sprouts out, and it's very cheap. So most prominently in Nigeria, people tend to abuse cannabis. And then there's this one that is being like, that people are now using now, Colorado. Colorado is being used now because it is more efficient. It gives you the kind of highness that probably if you take 2 or 3 wraps of cannabis, the little quantity of Colorado, the kind of highness it will give you will not be compared to the one that cannabis that even if you smoke a larger quantity, just a little quantity of Colorado will make you high, will get you to a level that you will not be able to explain. So people are now going into it, and Colorado is very dangerous. It's very dangerous because of the potency, because of the way when you take it, like it works very quick. It's not something that would take time before it start working.
The one that you have just mentioned, in fact, bringing all the drugs together, I don't think they can match that Colorado. Yes. Because in the next 5 to 10 years, I tell you, insanity will be so high. Because people are just taking it as a fantasy. I want to dull my high. I just want to belong. But they don't know the repercussion of what they are taking now. In fact, it's just a drug that when you take it, within some few seconds, not even up to some minutes, it starts acting on them. Okay, it's only God that can help us. And we are trusting God that as they are listening at home, you see, one thing is this: must you kill yourself on something you have control on? That is the biggest question. You know, ask yourself, if they tell you that drug is bad, substances abuse is dangerous, you have a power, you have a will to control it. Must you allow something you have power over to just terminate your life like that? Well, I believe that one day will be one day when everybody will be normal. My girls.
Yes.
Why should parents, teachers, religious leaders, and even the ordinary people, ordinary members of the public, be concerned about drug abuse? Why?
Yeah, we have to be concerned because drug abuse is not just an individual problem, it's a problem of the nation. And if you understand that it's a global problem, it's something that not only affects Nigeria, affects every country. So it has to be taken into consideration. And when we talk about consideration, it means that everybody, all hands must be on deck, both parents, both children, both religious body, we must be on deck to fight this problem. And the first place can easily, the first place, which is your home, because there's this saying that charity begins at home. So when you're raising up your children, you should make them understand the fact that the drugs must not be a part of your lifestyle. Drugs must not in any way, no matter the situation you're passing through, because many a times people who go through problems, depression, sadness, they feel that drug is a way of escapism, like a way of coming out of their problems, or probably a solace for them. So parents should talk to their children, like the kind of friends. They should know the kind of friends they move with. They shouldn't be just, I don't care, like, okay, once I provide for the child, once I give them the necessary thing, it doesn't concern me about the emotional or whatever thing they are going through. They should be concerned about the kind of friends they meet, where they go to, the environment, who they associate with. They should be interested in that. And then religious bodies also in churches, they should be program sensitization about drugs. Talk to them, talk to church members, talk to people about drugs. It shouldn't just be only church matters. People should understand that doing drugs is going to affect them psychologically, it's going to affect them emotionally, it's going to affect them physically. There should be programs that should also be inculcated in the church, just to make them understand that the decisions they make right now as a way of affecting them, as a way of affecting their future, as a way of affecting their family, and also the community leaders. And if you see something, you should say something. You shouldn't be that, okay, because this person is not my child. You see the child smoking, or you see them doing drugs, and then you feel that it doesn't concern me. This person, you say it doesn't concern you, will do the drugs. And when he begins to misbehave and begins to get aggressive and begins to do things that are not, he will bounce back at you. Because by the time he or she smokes and then gets high and then comes to your house in the night because the drugs have started working on him and comes to collect money he did not work for, you begin to understand the fact that these drugs are started working. So if you think you're going to put your eyes off the fact that, okay, it doesn't concern me, it's not my child, it's not even related to me, they are doing drugs, they are causing menace in the public, you should be able to talk to them. Or if you cannot talk to them because of the drugs they are actually using, there should be community leaders, organized program how to reach these children. Because by the time they begin to cause problems, most of them, they will even get to the extent of threatening the community, and then the community becomes insecure. So we should not wait till that stage. We should not wait till it degrades to that stage before we begin to think, we didn't know it to get to this level. We should all hands to be on deck. Religious bodies, community leaders, parents, we should talk, we should fight this problem, because it's a minor and a big issue.
That is what you have heard from home. It is the duty of everybody. It is not only the duty of NDLA or the advocates. We are trying our best. But I learned something, that you should think well before you start any action. Because there are some actions you take in life. If you are not careful, you might not be normal again.
You are listening to the Advocate TV Ibadan. Are you looking for comfort, class, and unforgettable hospitality? Welcome to Maracana Hotel and Suites, your home away from home.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni lẹ́yìn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ iṣẹ́ ká fọ́nra sí mi lókàn ọmọ tó bá ṣiṣẹ́ déédéé ó yẹ kó lásìkò ìgbádùn. Maracana Hotel nìkan ni mo mọ̀ téèyàn ti lè sunrun àsùgbádùn àsùnnára lórí tìmùtìmù bẹ́ẹ̀dì tí èèmà roni jayé gbádùn ṣe fàájì pẹ̀lú ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀.
Whether you're visiting for business, relaxation, family vacation, or special events, we offer luxurious rooms, excellent customer services, free Wi-Fi, enough parking space, delicious local and continental dishes, maximum security. Enjoy comfort at affordable rates and experience hospitality at its best.
ìwọ náà faransé mi lásìkò báwo lè dààmú jìnnà Maracana Hotel gangan láyé ń wí bàbá màmá àtàwọn bọ̀bọ̀ tó gbáfẹ́ Maracana Hotel and Suites ni wọ́n ń lọ o.
Visit Maracana Hotel today at number 44 Awolowo Avenue, Bodija, Ibadan. Email maracanahotelandsuites@outlook.com. You can call 09066193808.
Maracana Hotel and Suites gbádùn ẹ̀mí ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú fọkànbalẹ̀. òtítọ́ ti rìn jìnnà irọ́ wa súnmọ́ ní pẹ́kípẹ́kí ẹ̀rí bójú irọ́ ṣe ń dẹ̀rẹ̀ tèrètè àwọn ayédèrú abánikọ́lé ti pọ̀ jaburata kò wá sẹ́ni tó mọ̀nà tá a tọ̀ tó bá jẹ́ ti kábánikọ́lé ralẹ̀ talẹ̀ tàbí kábójútó dúkìá ẹni Dinonis Global Properties láyé ń wí ìbẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run la fi ṣèpìlẹ̀ wa orí òtítọ́ la kọ́lé wa lé lórí Dinonis Global Properties property development property management real estate investment land and property sales property rentals and leasing ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà nílé òkèèrè Dinonis Global Properties ní òní ìjà yín tọ̀ mọ́ níní dúkìá pẹ̀lú ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀ tẹ́ bá fẹ́ ralẹ̀ síbi tó dáa tẹ́ fẹ́ kọ́lé síbi tó dáa pẹ̀lú ìwé ẹ̀rí tó dájú àti bọ̀wọ́lù ìjọba Dinonis Global Properties ti wà fún yín ní sẹpẹ́ lókè rere tàbí nítòsí iléeṣẹ́ abánikọ́lé tẹ́ lè gbọ́kànlé Ìbàdàn lólú iléeṣẹ́ wa wà ní number 1 Kájọ Páyé street lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ Iye hospital Falana Lagos bypass challenge ìlú Ìbàdàn ẹ̀lú wa 08030634519 tàbí 08079831549 Dinonis Global Properties ilé kíkọ́ rírà àti síta dìrọ̀rùn Dinonis Global Properties ìbẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run làkọ́mọ̀nà wa.
You are listening to the Advocate TV Ibadan. The voice of inspiration, information, education.
You are welcome back. Let's talk about drug ace on your airwaves. Now we have some people that, in fact, presently they are considering that they want to start doing drugs. Let me ask these questions. What are some of the major reasons people, especially young people, begin to use drug in the first place? What are the reasons?
The reasons are, number one, the first thing is for young adolescents, peer pressure. You want to belong because you want to belong to a social group, even when the group is not doing what is right. And most of the things that are associated with peer pressure could be drugs, because your friends are into drugs, they are into smoking, they are into taking Colorado, they are into alcohol, and you want to flow along with them, even though those things do not go along with you. You just want to go along with them. You find yourself doing drugs. Then secondly is what we call curiosity. Like you've been seeing people, probably now, young people nowadays they have phone, you understand? They're not in a digitalized world now. You know, some years back, you understand that things were not as, easy as and as fast as now that we have the AI, the artificial intelligence, everything now adapting now. So most young minds, as young as 14, 13, they have phones. Their work, some have laptops. So most of these things, they tend to work online, and then they see some things, maybe like drugs, they see some trends, you understand? And then they see them and they become curious. Like there's this kind of curiosity, there's this kind of tendency, like I want to know how it looks like, I want to know how it flows like. Or probably you followed your friend for a party and then they're serving something that you cannot even explain, and then but you just see them taking and you see them going high, and then you've been having this, or you've been seeing your uncle, maybe you've been going out with them, taking something, you've been seeing them, or your brother or something, and then he begins to down on you, like, okay, probably you become curious, you become like you want to know how it looks like, then you find yourself into drugs. For some people, they might study and actually stop, but for some people, they continue, and then it becomes a problem. Then apart from that, family problem, depression, sorrow, like sadness could make people go into drugs because they feel that it is a solace for them. It is a way of coming out of the problem, or it is a way of like comforting them. It's a way of just making them forget about the problem, which is not actually true. Then the environment where you find yourself. You see people where you stay, like you did not have the mindset to do that drugs, but where you stay around, they smoke, they drink. You will just find yourself being initiated into it because every day you see them doing it. And then, even if you don't want to do it, there's what we call, for those who smoke, there's what we call passive smoking. They smoke every time, going into your system. Then one day you just decide, because people around you, they smoke. It is not easy for you to be a lily in the mare. So it's a bit quite a kind of difficult thing for you, except you've made up your mind that you made up your mind, okay, I'm not going to do this thing, irrespective of the environment you stay. So apart from that, your parental subculture in terms that if your parents smoke, they drink, it becomes difficult because it's something that goes into the gene. Like, you see them every day, and then parents are supposed to be role models, you see them doing drugs. It becomes very, very easy. You know, there was this scenario of a young guy, his father was into smoking, and was the father, because he sees his father smoking every day, that introduced him into the first cigarette he smoked, the first time he ever smoked. So your parents also could be a kind of creator, like into a kind of way into drugs. So if your parents are into drugs, then you seeing them every day, it gives you this kind of mindset that if they can do it, I can also do it.
Hey, children are mimicries. It's what they see their parents do that they also do. In fact, curiosity has destroyed many lives. I just want to see what is there. I want to know how they feel, those people that are taking it. Must you send yourself to unplanned death? Because you want to know, you want to feel what other people are feeling there, without thinking about the repercussion of what is going to happen at the end of the day. It's an advice for anybody that are already neck deep into drugs. Just make that single decision today. You have heard. There's no way you can be a parent taking to drugs, abusing substances, then you want to have a saner children or a saner child. No. They must learn something from you. What are the children learning from you? As a teacher, what are they learning from you? The community leaders, what are they learning from you? Everyone must get involved in this. We still believe that if everyone does what is right, our society will be a place to be. You're welcome back. I think we can quickly take some of these questions before the time runs out for today's program. Are there early warning that can help parents or friends recognize that someone may be developing the drug use problem? Early sign warning.
Yes, there are early warning signs that you would easily detect as a parent or a guardian that okay, this child or this person living with me is into drugs. The first thing is that you just notice changes in mood. Someone who has been calm before all of a sudden becomes aggressive. You begin to notice aggression, because there are some drugs you will take that will aggravate, that will change the way you do your mood. You've been a calm person, and there are some drugs you will take. Probably you've been someone who talks, who is very free, you relate with everyone. There are some drugs, example like codeine. When you take it, it will just make you dull. You just become unnecessarily calm. You become so sluggish, like it will look as if you are like, how will I call it, like a mumu, like somebody that cannot.
That's your uselessness.
Yes. So, you understand that something is actually wrong, because this is someone who is a very sharp person. Wow. This is someone you relate with as a child. Probably if the person is a child, or probably if it's someone that you understand, maybe someone who is holding up, you understand, or your family member, or your spouse. So it not necessarily, it could be the spouse that is into drugs, maybe the wife or the husband. So it may not only be the children. So Apart from that, you just notice unnecessary secrecy, because people who do drugs, they don't want people to know that they do drugs at the initial stage. It is when the drug now comes up, like, and it is very glaring that, okay, this person is into drugs. It's okay, now that you know, Coco know, you understand. But at the initial stage, they don't want you to know. There's this kind of secrecy. Wow. They want to keep the drugs. They want to keep everything that has to do with the drugs. Apart from that, changes in friends. Because when you start doing drugs, you've been having good friends. You've been having friends that are not bad, but once you start doing drugs, you will not want to associate with them. You want to associate with those who are into drugs, because you need to do drugs more. You need to know how it looks like. You need to know development stages in drugs. So you want to associate with people who do drugs. So you want to change those your good friends to bad friends. So those are the things you would see. And then withdraw from family activities. Things you've been doing, maybe family activities, or even declining in your academics. You've been doing well in the academics. You now want to focus on the drugs. You don't have time for the academics. On your business, in your workplace, you see that you will not even have time for the business again. You don't have time for the work you are doing. You will now spend more time on the drugs, which will tell on your business, which will tell on your work. At the end of the day, the person will probably lose the job, because you begin to misbehave, and then you begin to do things that are uncalled for. You understand, because the drugs will definitely work on your system. So those things will definitely show that this warning sign. Somebody who has smoked, by the time he comes, you'll be smelling of the thing he has smoked, and apart from that, by the time he even talks, some things he will say will be senseless. So you know that this person is not talking from his normal senses. So these are the signs you would see. Then financial problem. Today, collect from Mr. A, collect from Mr. B. You can't even explain how this person is spending the money. Then you understand that something is wrong somewhere. He collects from here, collects from there, especially as a child. He collects from you, collects from family members, and then you call the child. Are you into any business? Are you into... He cannot explain. Then you have to understand that there is something wrong. Probably he's into drugs or into something higher than drugs. So you begin to want to investigate and find out how you can help such a person.
Wow. Parents, that is an eye-opener. You've heard. When you see some of your children that are always active, and they just become, you say mumu?
They become dull.
Mumu? I think the people at home will understand that language. When your child is becoming mumu, somebody who has been so active, hey, it's a warning sign. Then you are in the sitting room. Everybody is in the sitting room, sitting down watching television, and you see that particular child not always interested, being in the midst of the family. It's better you start suspecting him. Something might be going wrong. My guest, in fact, they've heard you from home. They are really enjoying the program. Do you have any advice before we take the questions from the people watching us from home? Any advice for the parents, the teachers, the government, and everybody?
My advice will start from the young children, the young minds, the adolescents. I would say you should protect your future. And how do you protect your future? By saying no to drugs. By saying no to drugs, irrespective of however it might be presented, irrespective of how alluring the drugs might be. And for parents, we should be very extra careful. We should ensure that we know the kind of friends that our children associate with. You should know the kind of places they go to. You shouldn't be, I don't care, nonchalant. Some parents, leave him, he's young, Jerry, he doesn't know anything. You shouldn't be like that, because if you leave this young guy, they don't know what to do. They are still young. They are still in the building process. If you leave them to make decisions on their own, they will make wrong decisions that will eventually destroy them. And for religious leaders, for traditional community leaders, I would encourage that we should all hands should be on deck. You should, when you see something, you say it. In your community, if you notice that people are more into drugs, look for ways where they can be lectures, how these people can be talked to, how they can be orientated, how they can be spoken to, and understand that these drugs, if they continue in this, it's going to destroy them. It's going to destroy them, destroy their families. We shouldn't just say it doesn't concern me. I'm only going to fend for my own children. I'm only going to fend for what belongs to me, because when the problem comes, it's not going to only affect these families. It's not going to only affect the individuals. It will affect the community, and it could be very disastrous.
Oh, that's great. In order to make our community a safer place for everybody, if you see something, I think it is better you say something. Presenting our Odunuga Joke, we couldn't get your question. You just said that we should explain better. We don't know what you are asking us or the guest to explain better. Maybe you can resend the question, then it will be forwarded to them. All appreciation goes to the management of The Advocate TV. And our studio manager, Ezekiah Oyede Chodi, you are appreciated for cooking the program for today. Our continuity announcer and Emmanuel Olaleye Olamilekan and production manager Rachel Oluwaseye. And let's appreciate the NDLA, starting from our father, the state commander, CN Adetula Lawa. We appreciate you for obliging us this opportunity, at least for the agency to talk directly to the people at home. We say thank you, sir, and God bless you. Then we want to appreciate our guest, ASN1 Oladeji Adiola. In fact, you have performed very well today, at least explaining to the people at home what they need to know about drugs. ASN1 Oladeji Adiola is an assistant superintendent of narcotics, drug demand reduction unit. Then we will appreciate our ASN1 Usman Kabir. You're welcome to the studio, sir. Thank you for the cooperation and everything for making the program smoothly run. And I want to appreciate our coordinator, Kopa, personal assistant, Okonofua. Yes, Miracle. You're welcome. Thank you for helping us and putting everything together, at least for the people at home to enjoy. And till next week on this program, same time, 10 o'clock every Wednesday, we have Let's Talk About Drugs. You know, as I normally say this, don't allow what you have the power over to destroy your life. I am Ambassador Ola Odeyemi. Go peacefully with your daily work. Make sure you don't involve in anything called drugs and substance abuse. Don't forget, life is good. Till next week, bye for now. Bye-bye.
You are listening to the Advocate TV Ibadan. The voice of inspiration, information, education, advocacy, news and quality entertainment. Broadcasting with clarity.